Bub? Who's Bub?
Bub?
Who's Bub?
Bub?
Wait. So somebody, oh my.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Shak-Reacts here once again, and today's some crazy clips of the worst couples I can find. And like always, guys, my favorite clip will be at the end, but in this first one, it is absolutely wild. This woman decides to say this about her high school reunion.
Have fun, call me if you need me.
Alright, some of these guys think.
Yes, you're telling me your husband dropped you off to your high school reunion while you did this with that many men in high school. Yeah, this is exactly why body count matters and your past matters.
Collie, would you... Some very legitimate concerns on his part. Does he have anything to fear in regards to you cheating on him?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know what she do. See what I'm saying? She said yes. It don't matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you know?
No, I didn't know. I could do this.
Explain that to me.
He fell off.
What?
Yeah, what kind of answer is that? It's basically the same thing though as, oh, he just wasn't showing me any attention. He wasn't exciting anymore. Till death do us part, yeah, never mind about that. It's until I get bored, I guess.
Just because somebody like extremely faithful don't make you happy, because the guys that were extremely faithful to me, it just...
And now you had a husband who wasn't faithful, and you're crying. So which one you want? You don't want the faithful one. You don't want the unfaithful one. You're always feeling bad for her?
And this really does prove that a woman will always go back to a Chad. If that man was so insanely attractive and fulfilled her every desire, she will go back to him even if he cheats. And I'm not saying to cheat, but that's just the truth.
I posted my boyfriend on my Instagram story, not even a post, on my Instagram story for our 1 year anniversary, and I lost 200 Instagram followers.
Yeah, I mean, good for you for posting it. About time those men leave. But did you think those 200 men were just friends of yours? No. They wanted one thing and one thing only, and they don't want to wait for it.
Y'all fail to understand is I will be any guy in sparring that does not have experience. Now, I know this is controversial and there's a lot of discussion about this. But if you're not a boxer, you cannot outbox a boxer. I don't care if you're over 6 foot, if you're really strong, I have sparred every type of man. I've sparred muscular men, I've sparred fat men, I've sparred super tall men, short men, don't care. I've sparred everything. And there has never been a scenario where a total beginner has beat me in sparring. That's just not how it works. I hope all boxers will back me up on this. But you're not beating a boxer in any case. And even if you are strong and a genetic freak, I just have to like move around for like 30 seconds and you will gas yourself out.
Now, to some extent, she is right. A trained person is going to be far better off than a non-trained person when it comes down to cardio, and potentially if they can take a punch or not. But I've seen so many clips online of trained women fighters going up against random untrained men and still losing.
When girls say yes, they mean yes. But when they say yes, they also mean no. When they say no, they sometimes mean no, but they sometimes also mean yes.
Yes.
Or it could be a maybe, but maybe is a yes.
What?
Yes, so maybe also means yes.
Yeah, and the guy should understand what she means when she says yes.
Yes.
What is she thinking when she says yes to this, as opposed to, okay, she's saying no, but she means yes here.
Like,
do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit.
Yeah, these are the kind of women that will make you catch a case. One day they're just having fun with you and they allow it. The next day suddenly, cops are at your door and you ended up committing a crime. Record everything, I guess.
Bride canceled her wedding and dumped her fiancé after guests refused to pay an entrance fee of $1,500 each. She explained her decision in a lengthy Facebook post, and boy was this Facebook post a ride. The woman and her ex-fiancé had saved up $1,500 for the wedding, but because their love was like a fairy tale, they wanted an extravagant blowout wedding. She wanted to be a Kardashian for a day. They were torn between 2 wedding venues, but a psychic pushed them to choose a more expensive venue in Aruba that would cost around $60,000. So this couple requested that each guest give them $1,500 in cash to pay off their wedding. Because how could they have their dream wedding without proper funding? The bride didn't think this was out of line at all. The maid of honor and then slowly the rest of the bridal party dropped out of this this wedding, and this woman refused to give anyone a refund. According to The Knot, the average spent on a wedding gift is about $160, not $1,500 in cash to cover an extravagant dream wedding. Guests should give gifts in the price range they can afford and should not feel pressured to spend beyond their means. What would you do if you were invited to a wedding with an entrance fee?
Yeah, you guys are just absolutely fake people. You guys want to have a huge, lavish wedding you guys can't even afford and want to put that burden on other people. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Don't make other people pay for it. I would never talk to these people again in my life.
I've literally heard women say, I hate men. And death to the patriarchy, of course.
Oh,
All these things.
Wait a second. Death to the patriarchy means death to the societal structures in which give men more societal power than women for no reason. A lot of these ideas of what you think misandry is are just your misogynistic instincts and assumptions being exposed.
Yeah, so now you're assuming that I'm misogynistic.
The
Do you think he's
definition.
misogynistic?
Yeah, probably. I think we all are a little bit, some more than others. Yeah. I think misogyny can linger in so many ways that we don't even realize. This just happened last week with me. Someone was like, oh yeah, Dr. Berg moved to another institution. I said, oh, where'd he go? That's an example of it. I assumed that Dr. Berg was a man. So that's the type of underlying misogyny that many of us have.
What a girl. I mean, isn't that just a misunderstanding?
It's not because wait a minute. Hold on. It's not because your assumption is doctor is associated with man, when women can be doctors too. Why doesn't the assumption go to women being doctors?
I guess we grow up where a lot of people just assume that men are doctors.
Yeah, he is absolutely stretching it. It is not insulting just to get confused a bit. For example, if a person wants to say, hey, the babysitter is on their way, and I would say, okay, great, how long does she need? Am I suddenly insulting men just because I said she? No, absolutely not. It's just an assumption due to the majority of people who work in that field. And yes, majority of doctors are men, same with firefighters and police and construction workers. We're not taking away a woman's right by getting that confused.
Would you be able to date a woman that's in the party scene?
For me, women that go out to parties are trashy, sloppy. I will never, ever look their way. It's an absolute no. For example, would you guys date a guy that works at McDonald's?
You're comparing a fast food restaurant to, yeah, it's the same.
Exactly. My point is that I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and the people that stayed in Dunkin' Donuts didn't grow. If anything, they got worse, uglier, fatter, more depressed, and more in depth. Women that party, the same thing happens. They get uglier, fatter, stressed, and more in depth.
Older faster too.
And they age faster because they're drinking. Nobody wants to be around a drunk girl all the time.
That is actually one of the most unique analogies I've heard, and I agree with it. This is exactly what I'll say far away from the club scene, the partying scene, and I'll never look at any of those women there as wifey material. So if you're cuffing up a girl that you met there, good luck. I'm sorry about that.
We listen and we don't judge. When we were on our break, I got back together with my ex and we filmed content, and I'm still making money off of it.
Just know, her doing that trend, it was all her idea. She wanted to tell him. She had already done that in the past, but she's like, nah, I'm not going to keep this a secret. I want you to feel that pain.
You gotta love how she said when we were on our break. Is that what a break is all about? For you to go back to your ex or explore other options? As a man, if you hear this, that's all you need to know to end the relationship. You don't even gotta hear the rest of the story, even though the rest is pretty insane.
There's a spider above your lip.
You don't even know how to talk, and that's your problem. Fact.
It is just like,
wait before you talk to me, you feel me? So basic. Y'all are like every other white. That's the problem.
see this shirt? I got that dog in me. I'm not like every other B. I got that dog in me. Not every other B has the dog in them. You know what they saying?
White girls be so corny, bro.
I say hawk. You say to hawk. No. Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
She definitely tried her best to be funny, but that just came off as very hard to watch.
How much money have you made off OnlyFans?
I've made like 2.1 million.
2.1 million what?
Pounds.
Pounds?
Yeah.
Wait,
dollars.
not dollars.
Dollars.
What?
I've
Over what period of time?
since October 2021 to now.
Yo, she's not even capping as well. Bro, I've seen like 80k a month. What? 127k?
Yeah.
In 1 month?
In one month?
Because of the dad stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, dad's got to be on the payroll.
I don't know. I'm making at the minute I'm doing like, I don't know, like 7k a week. But I have made the most I made in a night's like 9.8k.
In one night?
In one night. In more like 24 hours, yeah.
That is insane. What do you do with all this money?
Invest. got 2 properties that I Airbnb. I'll go really nice, like first class and like business class. I like doing that kind of thing to treat me.
I think the reason that all these men are finding it very shocking is, well, because she's not the most attractive OnlyFans chick out there, and for her to make this amount of money is pretty staggering. Now, I'm not shaming her in any way possible, but of course we know who the competition really is. So at this point, I'm just very curious to who's spending this amount of money on her, and what are they getting from it?
What's your age?
I'm 28 years old.
Are you single?
Yes.
Do you think that being single at 28 as a woman is a red flag in 2025?
No.
Why not?
I'm a strong, independent. I know what I want. I'm not willing to settle for less.
What is it that you want from a man that you're looking to date now?
They need to bring value, you know? You need to bring good times, laughter, happiness, support, loyalty. You need to be a man. You need to be a protector and a provider. And if you can't, then you can't be in my life.
And what does financial support from a man at 28 look like to you?
I don't know, a man that's not afraid to say yes to things. I need a man that's not going to say no.
So if you tell him, I need the Dior bag, he needs to just get it. Here's the card, baby, go get it.
I shouldn't have to tell him, but I ain't looking for that. I'm looking for a man who wants to take care of me and the things that I need. If I need a phone, if I need tires, if I need gas, if I need food, those are the things.
If you needed your rent paid, he should be able to cover it.
This is really to show that women say things as a level of cope. Are you fine with being single at 28? Yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman. Oh, great. Does that mean that you want your man to pay all the bills? Yeah, of course he has to. It's his job. But I thought you were just a strong, independent woman. Once again, they're just coping. They don't really mean what they say. Another level of cope here. If you were really happy, you wouldn't be posting them.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I'm 31 and I really want to promote my comedy.
Do you want to drop a joke? Because you're a stand-up comedian, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I had a really rough childhood. I had to grow up really fast. Like, I had my first job when I was 11 years old. Some people tell me it doesn't count because it was a but a job's a job.
I mean, we shouldn't.
Okay. How about like I love the vibe and the whatever podcast. It makes me feel weird to say the word vibe because usually I only talk about vibe when I'm mentioning vibes. But like people are always like, "Do you vibe to Taylor Swift?" And I'm like,
no, I do not.
That's not funny. The vibe.
Yeah, the best part is definitely when she stopped talking. I could have ended the video a bit sooner for you guys, but I had to let you sit down and watch what I just watched. I'm not sure who'd ever put her on stage, but they definitely lose their job. Yeah, this man is really going through it. This is how it looks to go through a heartbreak, or any other withdrawal in my opinion.
What is it? I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see you naked. Damn. Ugh, what the? Yep. What? My bad.
Go through his phone, bro. You went about the wrong thing.
Yo, she's nervous.
Well, I feel like we're both getting caught up at the same time, so it doesn't really.
You can try to explain your way out of it all you want to. That's not working.
Oh no.
Wait.
Who's Bub? Who's Bub?
Bub?
Who's Bub?
Bub?
Wait.
So somebody. Oh my.
Wait. No, because
no.
Yeah, you know how he could have quickly avoided this if he checked her phone sooner. Thank God he eventually did though, because well, they were just put through the test. But you don't need to wait for a test like this. You can always catch a cheating partner with one quick method. And I'll let this man explain it.
Women cheating. This is the foolproof method to catch your girlfriend, your wife, whoever it is in the act. This is what you have to do. You have to randomly ask to check her phone. Don't actually check it. You don't have to check nothing. Just randomly. I'm talking about when things are going great, when you guys are at dinner, you guys are on a trip, or you guys just came back from a trip and everything is smooth. You can't do this when things are rocky. Do this when things are smooth. Ask to randomly check her phone. If she doesn't agree, that's your sign right there. You don't even have to check the phone. It's her response to you wanting to check her phone. If she's not willing to say, hey, baby, here's my phone. You're my boyfriend. You're my husband. Here it is. Do whatever you want to do. Look at whatever you want to look at. If she's hesitant, to let you check her phone, she's cheating. That's all you gotta know. Walk away.
He is absolutely right. And I've said this take a million times on this channel, and I'll still get those 1 or 2 comments saying, no, you gotta respect their privacy. If you don't trust them, then just break up with them. Trust is earned, it's not given. And if they're doing something incredibly suspicious, like following a person, liking all their pictures, hiding their phone, guys, guess what? They broke that trust. I'm not gonna just willingly give my trust away just because I'm getting gaslit to. If something is suspicious, I'm gonna go with my gut feeling and verify that, as well as everybody else should. Stop falling for this nonsense that you should just ignore all red flags possible. That is just my opinion, guys. We gotta wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys do want more content like this, please watch the videos you guys see at the top screen. It does so much, you know, a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.